fat turbo. To the docks, put some diamonds in my watch. Ballin' like a big shot, ballin' like a big shot, ballin' like a big shot. Then this man, I brought my dollar. Must be a scholar. Spent 2K on my jogger. Yeah, I'm jogging to the bank. Counting other ship and we won't sink. Give 100 total. Work hard now, we finally seen a change. My brothers keep it deeper than a chain. Just like Philly got a thing. And I'm dripping like a sink, yeah. These BBS's make you blink, yeah. I can knit it on the dots. Put that foreign off the lot. Put a family to the docks. Put some diamonds in my watch. Ballin' like a big shot. Ballin' like a big shot. Ballin' like a big shot. I got Dusty on my clothes. I still got homies on flat shows. I'm just getting started, I got more goals. Looking for the pesos. Still inside with the bank closed. Every time I turn around, I see a bankroll. I used to get hit me down there in a dingo. I'm like, they was getting a payroll. I'm short LA, I'm going shop on a video. You think that I had a case closed. So independent, you can't name a title. I can knit it on the dots. Pouring out the lot. Put a family to the docks. Put some diamonds in my watch. Ballin' like a big shot. Ballin' like a big shot. Ballin' like a big shot. No three. No, sir. Let him keep that. Not with Middleton. Not with Middleton. Steal. Oh, come on, LeBron. Lock up, man.
Pass to wants to.
Come on, lock up. Come on, AD. This is time. Oh, steal. Rebound. Let's go. Keep going. Come on. One more. Oh, that's AD. One more.
It's Davis.
Baiting him.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. No.
Lopez with the ball.
Get that. Block party. Foul. Party. Take it long.
It's just about game time. The Blazers never looked more confident than they do right now and did earlier on. In the game of rifle, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The beautiful, dramatic setting here in Salt Lake City, Utah becomes apparent when you get a look at the aerial shot of the surrounding. Hey, Dave.
Well, James Harden is both famous and infamous with his skill at getting to the foul line. Some don't like it, but Harden says,
no doubt, David, he is one of the best. Thank you. Well, we have two teams tonight, Steve, that love to take their time working it up court. When you played, which were the best teams at grinding it out in slower games?
You know, I think the Chicago Bulls, that triangle offense, I mean, they ran on fast break on their defense, but on the offensive end, they wanted to wear you down with that triangle offense. And the teams that had dominant post players, they would get it down to them, make you double team, the ball would move around. And that was pretty much Shaq teams and Akeem Olajuwon teams, guys who had dominant centers.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Marvin Bagley is out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's George in at the two-guard spot. And for the Jazz, Whiteside is out there with Griffin. And it's Green, and it's DeRozan, and it's Harden in at the point. Now, here is Harden after the miss from Stephen Curry. Just 5 on the clock. From deep, Green. Here's Whiteside. Banked in off the glass.
I just love that effort by Hassan Whiteside. Focused, and he's a huge threat to score off the miss.
Bagley in the post. Griffin on him. Robinson with it. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Curry with it. And it's Harden picking him up. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That is his first foul of the game. About a minute played so far here in the first. Curry, good.
Working that in-between area. Steph likes to keep the defense guessing.
Pass to Griffin. Their pass it to Bagley.
Well, some ups and downs for Marvin Bagley in that rookie campaign with the Kings. But you could see the flashes of potential and the tremendous work ethic when he was out on that floor.
And so Bagley nails them both.
It's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not doing it.
Harden the pass to Whiteside. Outside Griffin. Bagley with the block.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooter.
Butler dishes to Curry. Over Harden. Again the miss by the Trailblazers. And with Bagley, the mobility he showed for his size is really what impresses me.
And that blend of size and speed is why many feel like he could play across the entire front line. It wasn't in the Rookie of the Year race, but in a few years, he could be right there with the best of the best from that 2018 class.
And here are the Trailblazers now. After the basket by Utah. Curry outside. Offensive rebound. And Bagley able to finish.
And how about the persistence on the backboard? Love how hard Bagley works on the offensive glass. Wants to outwork everybody.
Now, here is Harden. Here's DeRozan. No good there. Some solid defense from Butler. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Curry, good.
Stephen Curry with the pull-up jump shot. You cannot back off him. He will scorch you.
First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Outside against Robinson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And looking at the numbers for Whiteside the last few years, Greg, it seems like his production has come back down a bit.
And for a minute, Whiteside looked like he could be a dominant center, but he struggled since his great 2017 season. Shot selection has been hurting, and sometimes it feels like he is in his own way as a player.
Now, here's Bagley. Shot clock at 5, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Green passes to Harden. Here's Griffin. Kicks to Whiteside. Griffin trying to get open. And Whiteside with the basket on the assist by Griffin.
You know, Blake Griffin, he gives you a little bit of everything offensively. Terrific court awareness.
The 3 from George. Goes up again. Bagley with the bucket. Bagley's got 8.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chances.
Now here's Green. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Knocks it loose. Curry with the steal. 4-on-3 break. Deflects the pass. Here's Robinson. Bagley trying to free himself up. Robinson misses, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
There's DeRozan. There's the dish to Harden. Nice ball movement by Utah. Shoots over Curry. Harden, no good. Portland leading by 8. Here's Butler. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And here's Harden for 3. Right side, and right side stays right with it. 9 points in the game so far.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Well, they might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside's still a factor in the paint defensively. Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Coming off a terrific season. Put up about 28 points a game, 8 rebounds, and just over 2 steals. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's versatile. He's prolific. There really isn't much a defense can do once he catches fire.
Curry shot is off. And with Whiteside, his size and length set him apart from others defensively. Greg, even at the center position.
You just can't ignore the reach and coverage that Whiteside has when he's in the paint. Even though the block numbers aren't what they once were, the amount of shots he changes is still very high.
Shot clock at 3. That one, no good. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Here's George. Bagley trying to free himself up. George with the bucket.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Now here's Green. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Harden with it. George picks him up. Steps back and pops. Harden can't hit.
And they come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
That one drops for him. Butler's got his second basket of the night.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
Now here's Griffin. Green deciding where to go with it. And there's the pass to Whiteside. He's off on that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
You know what happens? You start to miss a few. You develop a lack of confidence, and suddenly it becomes contagious.
Yep, that one goes in there.
DeMar's a magnet for defensive attention. You see the overreaction leading to a wide-open man.
That's for Robinson. And George, here we go. A rebound by the Jazz.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch, but right now, he's hurting the team.
Takes it out to Harden. Harden draws the double. Back to Griffin. Robinson pulls it in.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And it's Butler missing. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the Jazz. Trailing by 10. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The entire offseason leading up to tonight, Steve, as a player, do you already know if your team has a chance to be special this early?
You know, Kevin, yeah, you do. And I think the teams that I've been on and teams that you see and saying we don't have a chance to win, you try to trick yourself. You're looking at management and ownership. Can we make a deal throughout this year to get us in contention? But you got to be realistic. You know the team that you don't have a chance to win the championship.
And so here's Portland. They're leading by 8. Outside, Covington. This is it to Nurkic. Hung outside. Jacks up a 3. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Now, here's Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Latrey doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Portland leading by 11. Young taking his time here. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Another area where Young excels, using the dribble to create space for his shot.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by Russell. Goes up, and the slam dunk by Russell.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Here's Mitchell. Portland making their last shot. On the wing, Booker finds himself wide open and drills it.
Good job by Mitchell, trusting his teammates, and in turn, that's going to open up opportunities for him.
Young outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Young's got 7 points in the game.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Booker outside. Griffin trying to get open. No good from Booker.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Covington passes to Young. Over Booker. Young's shot is off. To the Jazz, their last game, a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Mitchell kicks to Anthony. Off target from outside. Portland leading by 15. Outside, Covington. A minute 20 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. Covington against Griffin. Covington's shot is off.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Mitchell wide open. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
An evolving part of Mitchell's game, the ability to simply catch and knock it down.
Mitchell against Young. Count the basket. He's got 9.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Mitchell passes to Randall. Mitchell outside. Booker inside. He's guarded by Russell. And it's sent back by Russell. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Outside to the inside and stolen by Booker, and the Jazz pushing it up now. Here's Mitchell and dunks on top of Trae Young. Wow!
I got a feeling Donovan Mitchell will be watching this highlight over and over and over.
Outside Russell. Off target from 3-point range. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection. Tough-nosed Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a franchise player.
Call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call me.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Trailblazers have really been rolling, haven't they?
Usually on the defensive end in that first quarter, they were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. You've got Yusuf Nurkic. Tristan Thompson is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Russell. And it's Young in at the 1 spot.
Doesn't have to get all the way downhill to the rim to be effective because Trae Young has a trademark floater.
The pass to Booker on deep. He can't hit that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. And City, as tough as they are on D, the Jazz have been never the pack offensively. How do they improve there?
You know, GA, they could be a top 10 offense. The two things that held them back are turnovers and poor free throw shooting.
Russell kicks to Covington. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts. Jazz trail by 12. Booker outside. On the wing, Mitchell. Adams finds Mitchell. On the wing, Booker. Outside, Anthony. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Portland leading by 12. Here's Russell. The second chance effort. And Thompson with the nice bucket inside.
The unbelievable effort. Thompson, a dedicated warrior on the offensive glass.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Booker outside. Loads it up for Randall.
No hesitation at all from the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Here's Young. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Playing at his tempo, his pace. He's been dialed in all night.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Here's Booker. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Young against Mitchell. And Young kicks to Thompson. Outside, Covington. Off the mark here with the 3-point shot.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Anthony. Off the left rim and out. Trailblazers leading by 14. And here's Covington. He's coming off a 10-point game against Memphis.
And I had a chance to check out stats for Covington. Good season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 13 points a game, just over 2 steals and 5 rebounds. And you love his anticipation. All those steals, he's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
I mean, high-level feel for the game. Allows him to gamble with a purpose. Does he get burned once in a while? Sure, but not as often as he guesses right.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. DeRozan comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Harden into Mitchell. And fan heckling that crosses the line, Smitty. We saw the Utah Jazz ban someone for life. How can the NBA do a better job of protecting the plate?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I think each organization, let's take our hat off to the Utah Jazz. They acted swiftly and quickly, and I love what they did. They banned the fan for life, and I think you got to hit more of that. And also, I think, you know, as far as the NBA and also along with these teams, have some kind of pregame, or like you said, before the season starts, just to reinforce them and stating the rules.
Here's Adams. Out to DeRozan. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Here's what Portland has lined up on their schedule. On Sunday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Houston Rockets. Then on Tuesday, the Minnesota Timberwolves will come into town. Here's Curry. That's a bucket. His 3rd of the game. He shot the ball 7 times.
We talk about his 3-point shot, but I think his floater is just as good.
Now Harden. Adams finds Harden. Pass to Booker. Clock at 6. Robinson with the block.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8-ball.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Whiteside's checked in for Julius Randle. Portland shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
Jazz trail by 21. Now here's Booker. 5 points in the game. Adams dishes to Harden. No good, unable to end this run.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
Booker the pass to DeRozan. And here is Adams, defended by Butler. DeRozan scanning the floor. Over Curry. Utah getting another chance here. Robinson with the block. And he's able to get it back. And they'll keep possession. And the jam by Whiteside. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Outside Butler. Passes it to Bagley. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
Whiteside light off his feet. Plus he can block your shot with either hand.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
George passes to Curry. George with the ball. Now guarded by Booker. But they get it back. Robinson kicks to Curry. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. And that's 10 points for Steph Curry.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
Now that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. You look at Robinson, second in the NBA, a great defender. And, of course, Brook Lopez. He shows up in that same conversation. He's also someone that will flat out control the paint.
And when either of those guys are on the floor, that low post defense is immediately something their teammates don't have to worry about. That's a very comforting feeling.
Here's DeRozan, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hand.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Steven Adams picks one up. Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
Harden the pass to Whiteside. Back to Harden. Pass to Booker. 6 to shoot. Back to Harden. Lets it go. The Jazz with another miss.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Bagley with the bucket.
Unselfish play right there. Curry with the patience to wait for someone to break free.
Booker outside. Whiteside, the pass to Harden. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And Adams sends it back. Harden against Curry. Oh, Whiteside in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Wow, able to adjust in the air, contort his body if need be. Whiteside brutal on the catch and flush.
Harden against Curry. A rebound by the Jazz. Whiteside's got 9 rebounds now tonight. DeRozan passes to Whiteside. He kicks it to Harden. Nice ball movement by Utah. The feed to Whiteside. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Whiteside's got 6 here in this quarter.
This is where you want Whiteside finishing. In close where he can use his strength and physicality.
Well, they're passing to George. The pass to Curry. Hits it from 3-point range. Curry's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Trailblazers.
Gradually starting to put pressure on this defense. That's his second from downtown this quarter. 3 for the game.
Harden kicks to Booker. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Butler. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
This is where Jimmy Butler really does his best work, when he can use his length and strength to full advantage.
Harden surveying the D. Booker outside. And the 3-ball is good. Booker's got 8 points.
His second make from beyond the arc this quarter after hitting none in the first.
George against Booker. Here's Curry, and Whiteside sends it back. Booker with it. He's got 8. Harden outside from the arc. Rebound by the Trailblazers. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
Love the eye contact by Jimmy Butler and his teammate before he rolls up for that alley-oop.
Booker dishes to Harden. Here's Adams. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
Here's Curry. A shot off that time. Harden with the defensive effort. 46 seconds left to play here in the half. Booker the pass to Adams. Shoots over Curry. Bagley with the rebound. Bagley's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Shots good from Butler. 10 points for him.
Those 220 pounds came in handy. Jimmy Butler using his big body and muscling those tough shots.
Curry against Harden. Here's Whiteside. Great D that time from Bagley. Trailblazers leading by 22. It's Curry outside. The offensive rebound. Robinson kicks to Butler. Outside Curry. Shoots the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Curry's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Wow, that's a tough shot, but Steph has the confidence to take that.
It's been all about Stephen Curry. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They are completely in control of the game, leading. And that does it for our halftime show.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
You know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
And some of it's just a mindset. He came into this game with a very unselfish approach, and his teammates have benefited from it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Jazz, Harden out there with Green. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Whiteside. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Another miss by Utah. Right side, George. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 7th assist here tonight.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Green passes to Whiteside. Poke loose. Here's Green. No points in the game hit for him. Out to DeRozan. Robinson with the block. Look, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And so it's Bagley with it. He brings it up for Portland. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Butler attacking. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Green, the pass to Whiteside. Outside, Green, pass to Harden. The 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Harden's got 8 points.
Finally, now 1 for 5 here in the third. We'll see if that boosts their confidence.
Curry kicks to George. Curry passes to George. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Hassan Whiteside. The emphasis on freedom of movement, less grabbing and holding on the perimeter, Steve, has made some players almost impossible to defend.
Yeah, James Harden, because he likes to be physical, and how can you not guard him without being physical in return? Steph Curry, because he gets an opening shoot shots. Lillard, Kyrie, Devin Booker, Giannis, Kevin Durant for sure. It's hard to guard these guys because they're so good on the offensive end.
Pass to Harden. Shoots over Curry, and Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Green. That's 10 points for James Harden.
The veteran presence of Danny Green, keeping his eyes up, finding his teammate wide open.
Here's George. Left side, Bagley. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. And DeRozan kicks to Harden. Pass to Whiteside. Outside DeRozan. Lets a floater go, and it's good on the rim. DeRozan's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Sometimes DeMar beats you with his strength and speed. Other times, he beats you with a soft touch.
To the right side. Bagley dishes to Curry. Here's Robinson. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. They get Hassan Whiteside.
On the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Julius Randle's checked in for Whiteside. Anthony comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mitchell in for Green. They throw good. Robinson. Here's Mitchell. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Timeout. And the Jazz call time here. Steve, it seems like criticism of NBA officials is reaching a very interesting level. We see players, coaches, and now even executives confronting these officials over their calls.
You know, I know we love the word transparency, but I think also for these referees, because of technology as well, we're seeing these players from so many different angles. And all we want to talk about if we're coaches and executives and players are the plays they miss. And I think that's what we're, putting too much energy in.
Randle finds Mitchell. Fires the 3. Rebound by Butler. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. but he gets it back.
Wow, another opportunity. Just everything going their way. Pretty much the story of this game.
He's hit again, and the layup good by Curry. Curry's got 18 points in the game.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Anthony, the pass to Randall. Back to Anthony. The three from Harden. Drains it from beyond the arc. He's got 13.
Here we go. His second made from beyond the arc in the second half after having no such luck in the first.
To the middle, Butler. Anthony with the block. Kicks it out to Mitchell. But they'll get another chance. Randall no good.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
Right side Robinson. The pass to Butler. Over Mitchell. Butler, no good. Utah's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And here is Harden. 13 points in the game. It's up a 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Butler's got his 5th rebound in this one. Inside, here's George. No good that time. Good work defensively by Anthony. Pass to Mitchell. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Well, beyond the production, Mitchell gives this team energy, spirit. They ride off his adrenaline.
George looking around. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
And Randall brings it down.
If you let Julius Randle get to the rim, this is what you can expect.
Outside Bagley. Back to Curry. And he converts the layup. Curry's got 20 points.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Harden against Curry. It's Samart. Bagley with the block. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Bagley's got 14 points.
And we saw this from Bagley in college. He has very good touch around the rim.
Now Mitchell. He has 6. Harden outside. Launches it. Drops in the tray. Harden's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
George against Mitchell. Outside Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
And how about the leaping ability of Bagley? He gets off the ground with ease to throw that one down.
Harden the pass to Griffin. Bagley with the block. Anthony against Butler. Randall with some nice D. Utah has gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Again, the miss by Harden.
And really, that is why he is feared as the defender. Right in your face on that shot.
Moved his feet, timed it perfectly. That's how you get stopped. Love it.
And great, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror. Well, they say players are made in the summertime, and that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of year. He calls it grimy season. Gets out in the country and puts in that work.
Adams, he's checked in for the Jazz. Booker comes in for James Harden. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession.
A moment now to see the numbers for Randall. Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 21 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
Young against Mitchell. And Young kicks to Bagley. Right side, Butler. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting. And Greg, those summertime workouts for Butler, they are something.
I mean, they sure are. He calls them bandanas and buckets. Grows his hair out, 2-a-days, hot yoga, intentionally isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. It gives him an excuse to really just lock in.
That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
Russell against Booker. Off the run. Offensive rebound. Adams. Great D that time from Nurkic. The Trailblazers shooting an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. You know, their execution has been on point. Bagley with the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Pulls it up. The Jazz with another miss.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And so Booker will bring it up for Utah. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. And Adams with the basket on the assist by Booker. Booker's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Watch Russell.
Russell kicks to Butler. On the top of the key. Here's Nurkic. Lays it up and banks it in. Nurkic has got his first bucket of the night.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
On the wing, Mitchell. Looking to end his cold spell. Nurkic with the block. Young against Mitchell. And Young, here we go. And the layup's good off the glass. Young's got 15 points.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Booker outside. Passes to Anthony. 51 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Back to Booker. Lets it go with the 3. Doesn't go that time. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Russell looking around. With the floater. Randall with some nice D. Utah shooting not looking too good out there in the second half. Right around 32%. And Randall pulls it down.
You want to talk about bully ball? Randall at 250 pounds, overpowering the field.
Mitchell against Young. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That is his first foul of the game.
The second overall pick back in the 2015 NBA draft. Russell having earned his first All-Star game appearance in 2019.
Six seconds left to play in the 3rd. And here's Young from the arc. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. Jimmy Butler has been on display for the Portland Trailblazers. And of everything he's doing well, it's his scoring that you point to first. Already 22 points in this game. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And for Portland, they're shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. On the court for the Trailblazers, Kevin Love out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Tristan Thompson, and it's Young, and it's Russell in at the 2 spot. 6 on the shot clock. Covington dishes to Young. A three-pointer off the mark. The Jazz shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. On the wing, Gordon, defended by Covington. Portland grabs the miss. Thompson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Russell against Green. Russell passes to Love. Covington kicks to Love. Shoots over Adams. Love, no good. And it's Utah's ball. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. And nice shot by Booker.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Booker against Young. Kicks it out to Love. Trying to get open is Thompson. And Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist by Young. Love's got himself on the board with 3 there. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Booker. And he makes good on the way.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
Booker against Young. You know, Steve, the business part of the NBA, very strong. But Commissioner Silver doesn't want to be complacent either.
No, he doesn't. He's always been forward-thinking. They're doing a good job of being proactive. They're doing a good job of just throwing out ideas. And what I love the most, Kevin, working with the Players Association.
I'm with you. Outside, Russell. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Thompson. That shot off. Good D by Lopez. Gordon inside. Working on Love.
Have to be very careful when you're guarding Gordon. He's adept at putting pressure on the defense.
Aaron Gordon at the number 2. Free throw good from Eric Gordon. And Gordon drops them both. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Young outside. Over Booker. Shots good from Young.
He sees the whole floor, and he's making some quick decisions. Trae Young gets what he wants from the mid-range.
Outside Gordon. Back to Booker. Lopez outside. On the wing, Green. Just 5 to shoot. From 16 feet away, he cans it.
Terrific shot, Danny Green, a champion in college and in the pros, of course, just has a winning attitude.
And it's sent back by Lopez. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. Griffin comes in for Adams. And James Harden has subbed in for Devin Booker. For Utah, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Well, Smitty, the NBA more active now in developing players before they enter the NBA. Not just the fundamentals, but the values of the game.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. The league has been taking a hands-on approach. There's nothing wrong with teaching the next generation life lessons about the sport and through the sport.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pulls up on the wing. Shot's good from Young. Young's got 19 points.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
They are getting bare tonight with plays like that one, allowing too much space for a good shooter.
Harden the pass to Gordon. That three off the mark. And so Young will bring it up for Portland. Russell left side. Young inside. Guarded by Harden. And Thompson gets it to go.
Refining his skill set inside. You see the work Thompson's putting into his game.
Outside, Green. Harden outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The officials are all over that one.
Free throw good. James Harden.
You know, it tells you something about Harden that he's led the league in free throw attempts so many times. This man is always in attack mode.
Harden hits them both.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Now, here is Russell. And outside, here's the three. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 4th assist in this one.
It's enough to where you have to respect him. Had 1 triple in the first half, now has his 2nd.
Green finds Harden. There's the three. Portland grabs the miss.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
Up top, Covington. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Outside, Russell. 5 to shoot. Offensive rebound. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Impeccable from the line since halftime. We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The 4th pick back in 2011. Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians. But as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle.
Here's Griffin. Sinks that one from the post.
Strong move by Blake. As a defender, you just throw your hands up and say, he was better than me on that play.
Young against Harden. And Young, here we go. Love with a wide open look. Drills the three-pointer. Love's got 6 points in the quarter.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
I mean, defensively, if you have any hope of coming back in this game, you can't afford to give him those looks.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. The NBA looking to improve officiating, Smitty. They'd like to revise the rule book to more closely match the way the game is played. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, we have to evolve. I think now the game has evolved to more three-point shots, so you got to look at also defense, hand checking, and now we're talking about a lot about, room for guys to land, whether it's a foul or not. So I think it will evolve, and it should be because the game is evolving.
Lopez with the block.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella.
Harden can't hit. Portland's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Green against Russell. Shoots from the baseline, and Portland again with the bucket.
A quick-minded player. Russell can adapt to defenses and put the ball through the hoop.
Lopez kicks to Harden. Lays it up off the glass. Harden's got 17 points here in the second half.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick or the lay-in.
Here's Russell. Great tee that time from Green.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job. Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Young against Harden. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. Anthony's checking for Utah. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Harden the pass to Anthony. Randall against Love. Fades. That one misses. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And Russell gets it to go. Russell's got 4 this quarter.
Never losing focus. Even after contact, Russell sends it home.
Young against Harden. Pass to Gordon. Spinning for players, social media can build their brands and they can engage their fans, but there are some downsides.
Yes, it is, Kevin. I mean, it's a fantastic tool, like you said, for endorsement and bringing those fans into your home or into your life. But the downside, people can see some things they don't want to see, and also you can regret posting a lot of things.
I think, yeah, sometimes people do regret hitting that send button. So they got to be careful. You're right.
When the defense is non-existent like they were there, it's pretty easy to score like he did.
Outside Gasol. Stolen by Harden. And the Jazz pushing it up now for the finish.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Russell with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. Young. Good. And it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 5th assist in this one.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
And stolen by Love. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. There's the pass to Young. Up and in on the layup. Young's got 26.
This kid knows when to shoot, when to drive, and when to kick. Trae Young has been out of this world tonight.
Harden the pass to Lopez. And for a team schedule that includes 4 games and 5 nights, sports writers have introduced the term schedule losses due to fatigue. I just don't think that's very good, but it's the reality right now.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes, Kevin, you know these games, you travel a lot. Your legs are just done, and that's when you have to rely on a total team, play more guys. But it happens. You can't get out of this quicksand. You're going to have those type of losses.
Drills it from outside. 29 points for Trae Young.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Trailblazers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Trae Young.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
Shot clock at 6. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. He's guarded by Love, and Anthony gets it to go.
And you got to like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
And so Portland takes this one up by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jimmy, you have been outspoken about the need for maximum effort. Was it part of your plan to grab wins like the one we saw tonight?
It wasn't a part of my plan, but whatever works, works. I think we got a bunch of talented guys, and there's times we forget how hard we got to play.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long.
Bye-bye. Next game.